What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our gameplay content block for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 3 and Part 6. This is going to be our third and final game, and we're doing a standby mirror-ish. There's some funky stuff going on over there in the yellow department on Mike's end. But we're both going to be running a dominantly standby strategy, and both of us are using the Kakyoin level 0 combo. This has the same on-climax placement ability of Hanbei from Fujimi Bunko, which was a very, very powerful card, where when you play a climax, you can clock the top card of your deck to top check 4 for a level 1 or higher card. And then the climax combo activates at the start of the attack phase by bouncing himself back to hand and sacrificing the climax in order to stand a character, usually the one that we just brought out via the standby. But we are going to be playing into two different endgames. I'm going to be playing a more conventional 8 standby or by JoJo's standards. Yeah. We're going to be playing the Iggy 3-2 as our main attacking force during the late game, but Mike is going to be doing some...
We're going to be taking extra turns because JoJo's all about that spice. So while we also do have Iggy, it is just a nice standby target to have. We are going to go into Made in Heaven, otherwise known in English as MH. Maybe it's Made Heaven. But basically, what he does, it only has one effect. There is no on-play effect. He doesn't get power or anything, but his one effect is at the start of your encore step, you can pay 8 and discard 4. And if you do, you take another turn.
Pay 8, feel great.
Feel super great. So the idea is that you can save some stock by being able to standby him out, and then you can also even just start doing it at level 2 if things go really right. Obviously, it is a very small line. We do run 4 Kakyoin standbys, 2 empty Jotaro standbys, and just 2 choice, as well as just 2 copies of Made in Heaven. But hey, if the stars align and fate has it to be this way and we can pull it off, then we pull it off. But otherwise, we are basically playing a less efficient 8 standby deck with a super high roll kind of like splash in here. And our standby decks inherently also do function fairly differently. We do have a couple of different standby targets. You are playing the 0011122 Green baby line.
Green baby, which is yellow.
It's really cool because you can standby out the 1-1 at level 0, and then you can go into the 2-2 potentially at level 0. So that's pretty neat. But for me, because I do need to fit a good amount of yellow stuff, so my deck is a bit different. But yeah, essentially it's a standby mirror, and that's always going to be fun, especially when you have a lot of the same cards. And we also just don't really feature standby mirrors that often on this channel, I think. So it's going to be a fun test of board positioning, endurance, taking the game long term. At the same time, I feel like these decks also do have a good board comeback mechanic through just a Kakyoin combo being able to stand something immediately. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this game plays out. Made in Heaven.
What if the MH without the I is just Made in Heaven? What if it's just that?
This is how they get around copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be pretty funny. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm going first. So I run quite a few discard outlets in this deck. Let's see if we can draw some of them. Get some of our standby targets into the waiting room early, Okay. I'm going to drop 2.
I will... What am I dropping? I'm either dropping 1 or 2, and I'm not sure which. I think since I'm going second, I'm more comfortable with dropping 2. So I'll drop 2.
Okay.
I was considering holding the 1-0 Jotaro, maybe and clocking for color, but since I'm going second, I do have that extra damage incoming, so maybe I can just get rid that way. Alright. Go for it.
Draw for a turn. What the heck do I want to clock here?
Ain't that the question?
What do I want to clock? I guess we'll clock this 1-0 counter.
Okay.
Draw 2. And we're going to start with Mr. Lelo himself. And just like in the last game, I am playing a full JoJo rare deck. Well, this time I'm actually playing a full JoJo rare deck.
Yeah, no golden wins.
No golden win cards. So this is the full JoJo rare experience, and this card actually in the stamp text, it literally says So this is a drop salvage, and it also has on play top check to rearrange. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll rearrange, and then direct attack for 3.
Okay. Red. Okay.
Red.
Draw a turn. Alright, let's clock this 2/1 calculating. Draw 2.
Can I read this card? Is this the one that gets the memory
kicker?
kicker?
This gets the memory kicker.
Rude. Very rude.
Alright. We have quite an ensemble of characters here. What do we want to do? What a hand. Alright. We'll start with level 0 Bucciarati. This is a golden win card, but it's a really cool one. He has Twin Drive, pay 1 on attack, and also when he's reversed in battle, I can pay 1 to rest him, and then at the start of my next encore step, he goes to waiting room. I will also play a Kakyoin, and a Brainstorm, and a Standby.
Yep.
Alright, so I will activate Kakyoin's effect. When I play any climax, I can clock the top card of my deck into clock zone and top check up to 4, add 1 level 1 or higher card. Well, for a lack of better options, I don't think any of these benefit me greatly, so I'll just add the 2/1.
Okay.
And then activate Standby out the 1/1. And then activate Kakyoin's effect. At the start of my attack phase, I can bounce this back to my hand, stack the climax, and stand a character.
Yep.
And we'll front.
Yep.
For 1.
And I'll cancel.
Okay. And then direct attack, I will Twin Drive, pay 1. First trigger is for 1 trigger, that's the counter, and second trigger is for nothing, so that's for 3.
Cancel.
Alright, here we go.
Right. Draw for turn. Let's start by... Oh my god. Hold up.
Red? Red.
It's fine. We don't need a standby yet. Clock. Draw 2. So we're looking to try to attack twice this turn. Once direct, once over that guy. I'm going to start by playing the Green Baby. On play, discard a card to search my deck for Enrico Pucci 1/1.
14 phrases.
And all 14 of them
are on the
card.
It's so sick. Those cards also look the same from my perspective. They are so dark.
They are pretty dark.
Yeah. You discarded the 1/1 Jotaro. Okay.
Yep. Just in case we do hit a standby. Okay. Next, I will play a White Snake. On play, I will discard...
Me clicking to look into see if it matters.
I'm going to discard Kakyoin to reveal top 3. And then... we have the means to get Kakyoin back later, so I'm not particularly concerned about getting him back this turn. Actually, no, we could just get him back and then... He is technically the best attacker available, and I already know what the top card is, so I don't need to rearrange with Kakyoin. So I think we'll just get this.
Sure.
And we can...
I guess with Kakyoin, you know exactly the triggers, if that matters. But if you're attacking twice anyways, I don't think it
yeah, really the plan is just to attack twice, so it's like...
So I don't think either way.
It's not a very big deal.
Yep.
So we will just front... Or not front...
front from back.
Give 15 to this.
Sounds good.
And then we will go to attacks. So I'm going to front with Kakyoin for 2.
Okay. 2's good. Level... Well, let's get yellow while we can. So let's level this deal, which we have never seen in any
Literally never played that card.
I will go with the... Yeah, I will activate the pay 1 when he is reversed and he goes back to rest.
Yeah. And then I will direct here for 2.
Okay. He's good. Standard draw. Speaking of cards that will not play, let's clock a deal. Alright, well, let's just keep doing the same thing. Play standby.
So fancy.
Alright, Kakyoing. Clock myself. Ow.
Oh.
Top check up to 4.
Choices.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this guy before. Alright, and now... Unfortunately, we don't actually have the 2-2. It's here. And there's none in our waiting room, so we have to just stand by out something else. I think this is probably our best option.
Oh, this should probably be like this, yeah?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. I guess technically.
Twin Drive's pretty good.
Yeah. Or Bomb. Yeah, Twin Drive.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Sack it.
Sack it, bounce it, bop it,
Stand
twist
it.
it, pull it, swing it, fronting
Yep.
for 2.
Take 2.
Do I want a Twin Drive? 2 out. Yeah, I think I'm chilling. 3.
1, 2, cancel.
And I think we're fine here. Just front for 1.
Take 1.
This dice. Over to you.
Stand and draw. Clock this Iggy. Draw 2. Let's start by playing White Snake and using his effect.
Snake.
Let's discard. Let me think. So this is
I have 2 or more others. 7-5.
okay. Well, good thing you don't have 2 or more other anymore.
Yep.
So on play, we will discard Abdal. No, we'll discard this 1/1. Reveal top. Get back Mr. Kakyoin.
Very, very kakoi. Kakyoing.
Okay. And then we will make this guy no longer a stand user.
No, Bucharati.
Go man. Go man.
He is only a golden wind.
Okay, and then we will play... We'll play this other Kakyoin, top check to rearrange. Lolo. This is fine.
Okay.
We'll 15 here, I guess. And then we can do some standby things. So we will play the standby. We will start with the Kakyoin effect, clock this, and we can level this 1/1. And then we will top check up to 4. And we will take... I'll take the money counter, actually.
Yeah, makes sense.
Save that for later. Save that for a rainy day.
3-2 is not something you need in your hand.
And then we will bring out our own 1/1 Jotaro, and then use Kakyoin's effect, bouncing him back, sacking the climax, standing the Jotaro.
Okay.
So mine's 7-5.
Mine's
and
is
yours
5-5.
yours is not.
Bucharati's a fake gamer.
Alright, so we'll go with a direct here first, because this is the weeniest lane, and if we trigger standby, we want to be able to play on top of the weenie lane.
Yep.
And this is going to be a direct for 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Level.
Are you okay?
We'll see. We'll see. Sure, let's level that. Okay.
My question is, where are my tutus? Not a single one in sight. I mean, also you. Where are your 2...
Well, now I have one.
Where are your 2 thingies?
Now I have one.
No, you're at 2 already, though, so you can play 3s now. Alright, we'll front here.
Yep.
For 1.
No effect.
Okay, and then front here for 2.
Please cancel. Oh.
Hello.
Alright, well, hand encore.
This is not how I envisioned an 8 standby mirror to go, man.
Alright, I will hand encore picturing
Yes.
that.
Okay.
Okay, I draw for a turn.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I am a level and a half behind. How did we get here? 1, 2.
How many are you even out?
I'm all 3.
Huh?
I'm all 3. There are 3 in. There are 3 in my waiting room.
I mean, this looks like one of those attack less than 3 times to get free cancels angle.
I really want to kill you guys now. Alright. Alright? Question mark? Oh gosh, I will put this here. And...
This is a brainstorm, right?
yeah, search brainstorm.
Oh, it's a search. Oh, okay.
It's fine, I wasn't going to brainstorm anyways.
Okay.
I wasn't going to brainstorm anyways. Just wanted the extra red, and it also does have the cool marker effect.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll play the 2-1.
Yes.
And on play, I can put his stand underneath him.
So he doesn't have to pay a stock to bring him out, right?
Discard a character.
Wow. Because like normally, in order to bring out the stand, it usually requires like the stock cost that's like equivalent to what its own stock cost is,
Oh, really?
right? I think.
I thought it was just you just marker it.
No, to bring it out.
Oh, to bring it out?
So like the Dio, for example, you have to pay 2, discard a card to bring out Dio.
Well, I feel like that's because that's a...
Probably because of on-play effect, right?
yeah, that's a healer, right?
Okay.
So. Alright, anyways.
What? Huh? Surely you don't need that brainstorm, right? Surely.
I mean, I probably don't.
If anything, you can like stand by and like.
I probably don't. Why do you have to make sense? Okay. We are going to proceed with our turn.
Yes.
Oh, actually, no. Startup.
Yes.
Get your character. Summon our stand. And then we play a standby.
Yes.
And we start living dreams.
Okay. How many of each climax are you out?
I'm out 3 standby, and they are all kakyoing.
Okay.
Okay. So we're fronting. Oh, so when I'll activate this effect when a character goes onto my stage from the effect of under a marker zone, I can give a character 2k, so I'll give it here.
Sure.
Okay, and then we'll front.
What is the last effect of the Kakuin?
During my turn, everyone gets 2k.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, really good combo, I think. Really good package.
Why wasn't I running this in Dio?
Alright, can we dodge triggering climaxes? Front. Nope.
It was a nice attempt. Just let it go. Just let it go, man. No, this doesn't even... Well, I mean, I think maybe you're okay with that.
2. Oh my god.
It's one of those games, isn't it?
Front. 1. Okay.
Oh my god. This is one of those, I see.
Front. 2.
I would really like some yellow. Oh, some yellow. Oh, wait, no. No, not that yellow.
2. It's just 2. It's just 2.
Just 2.
Just 2.
Not that yellow.
Right, we will shoot the Jotaro to memory.
Dude!
You don't need those. You don't need those.
But I do. I do need those. I have 5 hand, man.
Alrighty, you're a go. Hey, I'm at 2-3, you know.
Okay.
Can't have it all.
Okay. Draw for turn.
Yes.
Can't even play this. Draw 2.
What a game. What a life.
I agree. Let's play Avdol.
Yes.
And use his on-play effect of discarding a character to draw a card. And then I will play another Abdal, and I will use this effect of discarding a character to draw a card.
Uh-huh. How many are we doing?
6.
Okay. I assume that there's some horizontal cards left in your deck, of which you are not happy that you did not draw one.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, no, this is actually completely fine. Okay. We will play Mr. Kakyoin.
Mr. Kakyoin.
I will... So everything's... This is base.
Yes.
So I'll buff here.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to play Standby.
Stand out the 2/2.
We're going to bring out the 2/2.
2/2.
And then I'll use this clock. Just in case we do have to go all 3.
Yeah.
To find a card.
Level 1 or higher.
Oh, okay, alright. So we'll grab the 1/1.
Yes.
And then we will sack this and bounce this to stand this.
Cool.
Okay.
So what does that card do?
So this is a 2/2 7k. During my turn, if all of my characters are the proper trait, this gets plus 6k. And then he has like a fake hand encore effect where when he gets reversed, I can discard a card to send him to memory until my next turn, and then he comes back.
Yep. I wonder why that is instead of just...
Instead of a normal
regular
encore.
Encore, yeah.
I don't know. They've also printed this type of like memory encore thing in Angel Beats in Key, in the first Key set.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
Maybe for some sets it might have a memory synergy or something, but I don't know.
Yeah. But okay.
Yep.
Let's go. So we'll start with a front here for 2.
Please cancel. Nice. This is reversed.
Yep.
A bit sad I have to give up that 2/1, but there was no other choice.
So I'm going back 7, missing a Jotaro climax.
Okay. I will tap.
And I play myself. Alright, let's front here next for 2k. For 1.
Looking at the card is like 14 phrases, but only 1 soul.
And then here... How many are out again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How many of each? Only 1 choice, right?
1 choice, 4 standby.
Front. 4/2.
Refresh 5, missing...
1 standby, 1 other standby.
Missing everything. Yeah, missing 1 of everything.
Okay. Merry Christmas.
At least I have 2 turns. At least I have 2 turns.
You do indeed have 2 turns.
Here you go.
Okay.
Level.
Uh-huh.
Good deal. Okay. Stand.
Yep.
And draw. Mm-hmm. You know, I could always just not. Maybe I just not. What's the worst that you could do?
There's not a lot I can do.
Yeah, you have the Jotaro climax, so it's not as if you can stand an Iggy next turn and hit me with it.
There's not a lot I can do.
Yeah, what if I just chill? And bing. And chilling. Yeah, this looks good to me. Well, actually. Maybe I save this. But then who do I attack with? I don't even
Wait.
I don't even
Wait,
wait, this is dead.
Wait, that's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this is okay. Yeah. Alright. What do I do then?
Tarzan?
5. Question mark. Oh god. Do I calculating? And just hit myself? You're at 1-5.
Yeah.
And if you were 1 level higher, maybe I could do something.
If I was one level higher, you would just be sending it right
Okay, I think I have the line.
now. Okay.
Kakyoing.
Yeah. Am I wrong, though? If I was one level higher, you would just send it, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Standby.
Yes.
Okay, I will have enough next turn regardless, so this should be okay. Okay. I'm going to try to live this turn and not clock myself.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to stand by this.
Uh-huh. Rude.
And bounce. And
Rude.
stand this.
Rude.
And front.
Yep.
Actually, you're a 1. I mean, I don't think colors matter. Maybe.
Are you looking for this or what? Like, huh?
Alright, front for 2.
Take 2.
So my 2-1 is bigger, and on reverse, I can send the reverse character to memory, so...
Level White Snake.
Before you get to send him to memory by your own effect, I will send him to memory permanently.
Yep.
Would you like to discard a card?
No.
Okay. Direct attack.
Yes.
2. Alright, no triggers. Looking good so far.
I'm taking damage.
Front. 2.
I took damage.
Okay, we put ourselves in a position.
It is definitely
It's a position. Yep.
Alright.
We have a position here.
Alright, how big's your board? 11k, middle, that's 8.
11, 8, 9.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty good spot to do to do nothing. To do nothing. So let's do nothing. I will play Enrico Pucci, and we'll put 1 on the bottom.
Yeah.
We will play 1/1 Jotaro, and we will give 15 here, and then we'll fuse into the... I don't actually remember which guy this is. Oh, this is like Sea Moon. Okay.
I assume the lore is that the baby becomes the stand?
It's like the stand, like I think like Pucci's stand like evolves. So it's like originally White Snake,
Huh?
and then it becomes Sea Moon, and then its final stage is Made in Heaven.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
So, like, what is this? What is this? Is this like the original?
This is it says it's a stand user.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, the because on the non-foil it's like Jolene carrying the baby, so I thought it was just a stand, but it's a stand
I
user.
guess the baby is a stand user then.
Oh.
Well, I mean, like Iggy's a stand user and he's a dog, so like,
Sure. I mean, I guess the flavor of the text does have a text, him saying deal stuff. So
yeah.
Alrighty.
I mean, like I'm pretty sure if you look at the Made in Heaven climax that's in your hand right now, you'll see Enrico Pucci on the picture with Made in Heaven, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So like Made in Heaven is Enrico Pucci stand.
Wow, this almost makes me want to watch JoJo's.
Almost.
Almost. Okay, to be fair, I think I would probably be interested in watching Part 6 over Part 5. Part 5 I just couldn't really get into, so. Anyways.
I'm gonna put this guy over here so that he can kill your dude more easily.
Yeah, get a salvage.
Well, I mean, technically this is the easiest guy to kill. And then, well, this is...
Do you have... I mean, I assume you're going to have another character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Because this guy's 9k.
Yes.
This guy's also 9k. Alright, we'll play... Kakyoin. And then...
Bystand.
Yeah, we'll bystand. I'm gonna not move my deck. And instead, we're just going to play Niggy.
Yeah.
And we will start doing stuff. So I'll start here, front, for 1.
We love to see the non-triggers.
We love 1s. Let's front with Mr. Moon for 3.
Cancel.
And then I'll pay 1
Yeah.
to salvage. Can I just get a counter? I'll just get a counter, I
Doesn't
think.
seem unreasonable. Yeah.
12-5 versus you'll have 1 Iggy plus whatever else you can get. How bad is this counter if you clear my board, though? I think I might need something better than this.
Just prepare for your kill turn next turn.
Yeah, I think we'll get Kakuin
Okay.
drop salvage instead.
Sure.
And we'll front here. Standby. And we'll bring out a 2-2.
Okay.
Right there. 4-2.
Cancel.
Wow, another cancel. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Okay, these can go. Can these go? I could 3 stock technically, and just attack with these 3. I would have 6 stock after 3 stock. If I don't 3 stock, I will draw for turn, clock draw 2, which will put me at 6 hand, play the climax. Oh, you know what? Actually, Kakuin can be an attacker that pluses me 1. Okay, I will let this go then.
Okay.
I will have enough hand and stock to do double burn. Alright, draw for turn. Okay. Clock. Draw 2. Alright. It's time to party! With our main character, Kakuin.
Yep. Looking good.
Where did I think I had the hand from? For double burn.
How much hand do you have?
Only 5.
Well, you're not even close. You're not even close.
Okay, I'll have burn for next turn. Well, actually, if I trigger choice, I can double burn. Anyways, we're definitely going to...
Oh, because you draw clock, draw 2, right?
Well, if I have a choice, I can grab a card, so then I can pay the cost for...
And then next turn, you
and then I will clock draw 2, and then do it again.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Alright. So 11, 12... I think this is fine.
Okay.
Just let me double check your weight room. Alright, seems good. 1K1.
Yep.
Right. When I play a climax, Kakuin, I'll activate. This card's really nice because it doesn't need to be a standby. It's not attached to his climax combo. It'll just be...
Just grab card.
Yeah, just grab card. Alright, direct attack. Yeah, that's fine. 3.
Cancel.
Okay. Front attack. Stand by. Yeah. 4/4.
Cancel.
Front. 4/4.
Cancel.
Okay. At the start of Encore step, if he's in the front row, pay 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Discard 4. And I end my turn and I...
Well, hold on, I have Encore step.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go for it. This is still here.
Yeah, I'm going to... We'll do this one. I'm gonna Encore this.
Okay.
Get this climax out. And I can also just reduce your soul output. I think I'll do that as well.
I think that makes sense.
So we'll hand Encore this too.
Okay. I end my turn. And I start my turn.
Yep.
I am Hikari. I draw for turn.
It will be your turn. I must atone for my sins. He must atone for his sins of last game.
What is this?
Cards in hand?
A 3.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm actually so close to doing another combo. And I can almost take another turn.
Almost.
Almost.
But you
I
can't.
needed I would have needed one more hand and one more stock. Yeah, and then I could have done another combo. But yeah, it is what it is. So. Alright. Let's see. What can we do here? Can we get a double burn here?
If you trigger choice, yeah.
Actually, yes, we can. I think I just have double burn innately. Yeah, okay. Standby.
Mm-hmm.
Clock. I just need to add. Okay.
Okay.
And then I activate standby. And I don't think it matters here. Everything's already 2 soul beaters. Actually, how many are you out?
7.
Oh, okay. Then I don't think there's any point in going for the Kakyoing Icy Tail then. We'll just bring out some back row then, just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then we'll bounce and sack the climax. And we'll stand him. And this allows us to have 4 hand for double burn.
Yep.
Direct attack. On attack, pay 2. Discard 2. Burn 2.
Take 2.
Okay. Trigger. For 4.
I really need to cancel this. Okay, I canceled it.
Alright. Front. No, actually. Yeah. Front. Pay 2, discard 2. Burn 2. We need more
Level
triggers.
blue. I need you to not trigger.
Nice! 3!
That's really bad.
That's so good! No trigger! Front! 2!
I'm dead.
Yeah, let's go! Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what it's all about!
No.
We did it! It actually worked! I actually did not think I could pull it off. But man!
All my cancels on that deck were way too early.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, your first Made in Heaven turn, you just like top deck canceled everything, eh?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, oh, that feels so good. Woo! Super happy with how that game went considering how it looked at the beginning.
Yeah, that game was,
So initially...
it definitely accelerated at the end. Because, like, at the beginning, like, honestly, this deck does not do anything.
Yeah. It was like if you don't stand by out like your 1/1 to bring out the 2/2, you're just like, well, I kind of just see what happens.
Well, I mean, like, even in that case, like, it didn't really do a whole lot, right?
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why I really like the Bucciarati is because you'll be able to like be really aggressive at level 0. So just you can just put on more pressure and you can just have like that very secure +1 still. Normally speaking, you would also be able to go more aggressive with things like the deal. And it's funny because we've featured this deal in
every single game, and
every
it has never hit the board a single time.
Yeah, so this deal is really good because on reverse, we can clock ourselves from top of deck to mill 2 and cigarette salvage level extra lower than levels milled. So theoretically, you could just be really proactive with this card and just get back your advantage that way. But yeah, we kind of just never saw this card. But at least in my case, I was able to have other attackers like the Twin Drive. But it was looking really good for me because I ended up opening like 3 Kakyoin climaxes, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stand by my way to victory. And then I drew a choice and a Jotaro climax, and I was like, oh, okay. That was why I was L3 at level 2.
Right.
But it ended up working out. Every single climax ended up having super good use. I played every single one.
Yeah, I definitely think that, like, the the fact that the Kakuin combo has that Hanbei effect as a secondary effect is just like so good. Like that effect is just like insane.
Yeah, I feel like any standby set that has this Kakuin just propels that standby shell to just, at the very least, going to be very, very playable. Obviously, the rest of the deck, it will still have to depend on the quality of your actual standby targets. And in the context of JoJo's, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. You know, it's not super preferred. But Kakuin is definitely the reason why you would build something like 8 standby or a very standby-centric heavy deck in JoJo's. That +1 effect and being able to summon anything and just immediately attack is just so strong. And especially if you consider, like, you can go for, if you just need to have a really big power line, this is just 13 all the time and has a way to save itself.
Well, all the time. During your turn, all the time.
During your turn, all the time.
Yeah.
So basically, just a super big attacking power, right? And then if you're facing against other sticky things, you can just summon the HG and you can just hard remove something, which I think is also really, really useful, especially in like standby mirrors or just being able to kick something off. Maybe they with like a global 15 and you kick it off, they lose power. So Kakuin really just makes everything work in this deck. So. This is why I think I alluded to previously, like JoJo is a franchise that has so many cool things that you can try at all levels of the game, but it wouldn't be nearly as achievable or fun if it didn't already have the foundation, like good stuff to help you accelerate and always get your resources and stuff. And for standby and for like the Made in Heaven deck, the Kakuin is the MVP of the show.
For sure.
Right. What about you? What was your philosophy or any thoughts on your side there?
I feel like the way I built this particular list was just to try to have, because like a problem that I run into in a lot of other standby decks is just not having enough ways to get my standby targets out of my hand. And then this game I just like didn't have red, or I mean it's not that I didn't have red, but it's like I didn't have red that I wanted to, that I was like willing to clock because I had double Climax in my hand, and those were my only red. And then if I clock this, then like I can't bring it out, right? So it was just kind of like I had everything that I wanted to have, but the inability to use all of them.
All you really needed was like one standby target, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go. And one standby target.
I mean, like we did do it just like one turn later. So like that one turn that I didn't standby out something, like it wasn't really like wasting time, right? It was a pretty normal turn. This is like super like impossibly hard to find line, but I think like if I were to go back and change one thing, it would have been the Kakuin that I attacked with when I crashed it. In theory, I could have sided with it if I wanted to hedge on me triggering a standby to get a 5th body, so that I could 3-stock hand encore and then money counter here on your second turn.
Oh, you mean on the Made in Heaven turn? Oh, okay.
On the second Made in Heaven turn.
Right.
Because I had the money counter in my hand from earlier.
Yeah, so you had 9 stock.
Yeah. But that's like the
I think
fringest of fringe.
Yeah, because I know you have the money. I feel like if you had gone for that line, I would have just summoned an HG, and you would have had to money the 1 soul.
Oh well, at that point I can't money the 1 soul because I can't money counter until your second turn. I wasn't at 3.
Oh right, yeah.
I have to be level 3 for this.
Right. Yeah, you were still at 2. Right.
But what was the turn you went for on the first Made in Heaven turn? It was Kakuin. Well, I mean, like, where would you have gotten this from?
Oh, the first turn I couldn't have. It was the second turn where I played a standby, because we weren't on the same page. I thought you were talking about the second turn playing.
Oh, sure, but in that case, it would have been -1 damage from the first attack for me having this here, -1 damage from the second attack for me still having it here, and -1 damage from you playing an HG instead of literally anything on your board.
Right.
So it would have been like -3 soul overall.
Right. Which would have been, I mean, in hindsight, enough. So it would have needed to be like, okay, I know that all he needs to do is deal enough damage to me and it dies, so I need to prevent as much damage as possible. And the first Made in Heaven turn, you did do that with the 3-stock with 1/2 anyways, and the 1/1. But yeah, maybe that one extra slot could have made the difference,
Yeah,
especially considering
the thing that I was never accounting for was the burn 2 being able to be duplicated by taking another turn.
Right.
But I also like, even knowing that, I don't think I would have respected it given how many cards in hand it requires, because it requires you to have climax plus 8 discards.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you just look at it on paper, it's like, okay, discard 4 and then discard 2 is like, where is he going to get this resource from, especially with how the game was going on my end, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
Yeah, but Kakui kind of just made it work at the end of the day, so. Yeah, I mean, that was just a super close game. It literally came down to the exact 2 cards, or the exact 2 damage I needed to do to have exactly those, so, yeah. But yeah, let's do some closing thoughts on the set in general. I mean, I think we've seen a lot of really interesting cards in this set. What do you think about, like, what it might offer competitively? Like, do you think that maybe the...
So the problem that I've been alluding to in all of our gameplay videos so far is that I feel like JoJo as a set is the kind of set where you need to have a good game to continue having a good game, and then the moment you stop having a good game, it turns to absolute poop.
Right.
Like that. I feel like this whole set feels like that. It's like basically just like the deck is fine against decks that don't have advanced forms of counter mechanics, like ways to deal with your stuff. The combos that do not require anything special, like, for example, Poochie or Jolene, I don't consider to be especially strong. I've even been saying that, like,
average.
Even in the Choice Pants build, the Poochie is not the star of the show at level 1. And then Jolene, like, her 6/5 power line leaves a lot to be desired as well. The combo that would be, like, considered the best, in my eyes, would be... apart from the Kakuin combo, because that's like a completely different deck archetype, right? So if we're talking like just like normal 1k1 builds, I would say that the best level 1 combo is the Polnareff, but the fact that you need a reverse leaves you vulnerable to counter mechanics, like if you play against like Bell in Overlord or things like that, then or like, I don't know, maybe like you run into like a Nino deck with the blue 1/1 or something like that. Just like, there are plenty of ways that can just ruin your day. And when you're just having a bad game in JoJo's, it just feels like you can never make it back. I feel like I think that a big problem that we ran into today was that a lot of the utility cards, you feel like you can never just play one utility card to fix your position, right? Like, you need, like, 2, but then, like, you're committing 2 slots on board.
So then you're just, like, playing a bunch of weenies at that point.
Yeah. And, like, I feel like a lot of the parts of the set just don't do quite enough. What are your thoughts?
I think it kind of just relies on the gimmicky cards of the set. You know, you can call them gimmicky, but you can call them unique, or basically, like, what the set has to offer. Because at the end of the day, I feel like the reason why people do prefer 6-choice 2-pants compared to just 4/4 would be because of what the 2-1 offers. And depending on the matchup at hand, that can be game-changing, right?
Right.
So it would be something that if one were to consider in a competitive landscape, it's like, okay, I need to look at the popular decks that I think are going to be, that I'll expect to face. Do they care about names? Or, like, if you're looking at some other JoJo's, like, does this counter this one specific strategy that I expect to see? Because if you just look at the combos themselves, like Randall has mentioned over and over again, they're nothing special. They're nothing special. They kind of get the job done sometimes, but then when you kind of whiff, then you just feel really bad. So it's like, your good games and your matchups need to be, like, really nice if you want to... If you really care about just looking JoJo at a more objectively, you know, why should I prefer this set over others, right? At the very least, Weiss is the type of game where, you know, if we don't take everything just as objective as possible, JoJo is a set now with Part 3 and Part 6 that you can expect to see at regionals, and you would not be surprised if they hit the top tables or even top 3 of regionals or something. It's definitely got all the tools for a modern deck, and if they do have a good run and the players know their matchups, and anything can happen.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's going to be on the players at that point, though. Because I feel like... especially when you start to play against more skilled players that know what JoJo has to offer, you can't crutch on your gimmick cards as much because your opponents are going to be able to have answers or be able to play around the gimmicks that you can throw at them. And so it's literally just going to be like player diff at that point.
Right. And then at that end, it's like, you think about, oh, maybe my opponent has to play around the card that they know I'm playing. So just the mere existence of that threat to my deck will have them, force them to like alter their plays to be maybe a bit more suboptimal than they would prefer. Things like that. It's kind of like the Rusha mindset, right? It's like, my opponent is playing Rusha in their deck, therefore I must refresh my deck. It's like, my opponent is playing the name deleter, therefore I must hyper accelerate and get my Kanatas out as soon as possible. Even if that means playing not the normal way that I care for, and maybe being a bit more inefficient, just because if they do hit that 2-1 and they lock me out of Kanatas, my deck doesn't do literally nothing.
But the thing is that the good players will do that.
Exactly. So like that'll also at the end of the day, I think, come out to a bit of like just early game RNG, I feel. But you know, it is what it is, right? And I think for what the set is, one thing that I am very happy about JoJo Part 3 and Part 6 having explored the set at this point and tried out a lot of different builds is that all of these different builds do feel very unique and also very flavorful. The level 1 and level 3, the level 3 combos in particular, I feel is always just going to. I think JoJo did a fantastic job of reflecting the characters and the scenes. It's always going to be very difficult to balance flavor and power. So obviously we see that with the Dio and the Jotaro. Obviously, if they pushed Dio a bit harder, maybe it would have been too strong. Mandatory Clock is just a very uninteractable effect. But I'm glad that they printed something like that over just some generic burner for Dio, you know? So if I had to choose one or the other, stronger objectively but weaker flavor, or harder to pull off objectively but way stronger in flavor, I would probably choose the flavor every time, especially if I was a fan of JoJo's.
You know, I think the funny thing is that I think the actual JoJo fans that are like buying the set to play the set would take the exact opposite approach. I think they are like, screw the flavor, I just want better cards, man.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Then you also have other people, like, for example, like, I think I have a couple friends that really like King of Fighters, for example. And they were really excited for King of Fighters to get a new set in Japanese, and then they got the set, and they were like, I'm so bored of this set. Because, like, it's good.
Yeah, like,
it's fine.
Like, from my perspective, as someone who, like, doesn't play King of Fighters, but, like, I've seen it played, and, like, I've read the set, and I've seen what some people have made, and to me, King of Fighters is a set that lets you twin drive a bunch, and has some niche events.
Right.
And then everything else is, like...
Yeah, so it's like King of Fighters was always known as, like, you know, all these old franchises were just known for having really good flavor, even if the power level wasn't there. So obviously, you hope that not only the set does bring it up to speed, but also has a good amount of flavor. I feel like for JoJo, the set design overall was more than people could ask. Well, you could obviously ask for more, but I think they did a fairly decent job of balancing power strength, power level, and flavor. I mean, there's always going to be strengths and weaknesses of every set. And competitively, even if this might stand up to the likes of Overlord and Seven Deadly Sins, which are just like completely super bonkers decks. Again, I feel like as long as you don't feel like you are just at a severe handicap playing the set in a less than hyper competitive setting, I feel like you take the flavor and you run away with it. But at the same time, that's also just what is cool about this game, right? People look for different things. Some people just want their own set to be as strong as possible. Some other people experience a lot more joy if their set is unique with a bunch of cool effects and they kind of have to work for it. They kind of have to do a bit of different deck building and gameplay.
Yeah, that just is
and that's just going to be a very subjective kind
based on the player, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But hey, I mean, at least JoJo has it. So, yeah, that's about it for my thoughts. Pretty decent for what it is. A lot of flavor. Obviously, the combos could be a bit better, but there's a lot of fun things to work with. And when you pull it off, boy, does it feel good, right? Like, you pull off Made in Heaven, it's like, whoo, another turn. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, if anything for me, because, like, I don't know anything about JoJo. I know very little about JoJo. It's not a set that I recognize a lot of the flavor just because I haven't experienced the source material.
Right.
And from a competitive aspect, like, I think I've made it pretty clear at this point that I don't think that JoJo is, like, a deck that I would ever consider taking to play at, like, the highest level.
Yeah. Well, especially for, like, English regionals. I mean, obviously, the power level of current meta is super high.
But the one thing that I think anybody, JoJo fan or not, can agree is that the art in this set goes crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, when you have these cards that have, like... There are quotes on these cards that just, like, transcend JoJo fandom. Things like the Lero and, like...
Muda, Muda,
Ora. Yeah, like, things like that. Like, I think that those are the things that anybody can appreciate if you just, like, if you run into JoJo at your regionals, or you literally just, like, find some dude that's just like, I'm a JoJo collector, look at my cool cards, right? And you just look at them and you're like, wow, these are really cool, right? And I think that is another really big part of Weiss Schwarz, is just being able to enjoy cards that have the franchise you love.
In whatever capacity, you know, competitively, casually, collecting, playing, putting everything in the binder and just looking at them. This is definitely good binder material. JoJo's is like, whoo! You lay out all the JoJo rares in the binder off of, numerically, it's gonna look sick. But yeah, that does wrap up our JoJo content block. We are going to have a bit of a longer break between here and the long-awaited Dengeki Bunko. Technically, Marvel does come in the midst of that, but as we do live in the good old United States of America, Marvel is not licensed here, so we will not be having the cards to produce content, unfortunately. So Dengeki Bunko is going to be our next set, and we might have some other content in the meantime. We'll figure something out, but hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to let us know about any comments or questions in the comment section below. And until then, this has been Randall and Mike on the Tressa's Collectibles channel. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Later.